You noticed it before anyone said a word. The pause that lasted half a second too long. The smile that stopped at the mouth and never reached the eyes. The way your friend's voice dropped just slightly when they said, "I'm fine." Nobody else in the room caught it. You did. And you've been doing this your whole life, quietly, without ever telling anyone, because you assumed everyone's mind worked this way. It doesn't. In this video, you're going to find out why some brains are built to catch what almost everyone else misses, why that gift can quietly turn into exhaustion, and what to do so it stops draining you and starts becoming the sharpest tool you own. There was a period in my life where I thought something was wrong with me. I'd walk out of a completely normal conversation and spend the rest of the night replaying it. Not because anything happened. Because I noticed something small. A hesitation. A shift in tone. Someone's eyes flicking away for a second too long. And my brain refused to let it go, even when everyone around me said I was overthinking, even when I wanted to believe them. For years I thought that meant I was too sensitive, too anxious, too much. Then I started reading about how attention actually works, and something clicked. I wasn't broken. My filter was just built differently than most people's. Here's what almost nobody explains about this. Your brain is not a camera. It's a filter. Every second, your senses are flooding your mind with more information than you could possibly use: the temperature of the room, the hum of a refrigerator 2 rooms away, the exact shade of someone's expression as they speak. If you processed all of it consciously, you'd shut down within minutes. So your brain quietly deletes almost everything. It decides, on your behalf, what matters and what doesn't. For most people, that filter is aggressive. It clears out the noise fast, and they move through the day noticing very little beneath the surface. But for some people, that filter lets more through. Instead of deleting the small stuff, their mind keeps it. Collects it. Treats every detail like a piece of a puzzle that might matter later. Psychologist Elaine Aron studied this for decades and found that a portion of the population processes experience more deeply than everyone else, not more emotionally, more thoroughly. Their nervous system simply registers more of what's actually happening around them. Picture 2 people at the same dinner. One enjoys the food and the conversation and leaves satisfied. The other does that too, but they also clocked that the waiter's smile looked forced, that the couple at the next table hadn't spoken in 10 minutes, that their friend's laugh sounded slightly rehearsed tonight. Same dinner. 2 completely different experiences of it. If this sounds familiar, you already know the cost. It's exhausting. Your mind rarely gets to switch off, because it's constantly gathering information nobody asked it to gather. And here's the part that catches people off guard. This usually isn't about having a better memory. It's about creating richer memories. Memory isn't a recording, it's a web of connections, and the more details your mind links together in a moment, the more vivid and complete that memory becomes later. That's why you don't just remember what someone said. You remember where you were sitting, what was playing in the background, and the exact second their voice changed. Now here's where it gets complicated, and this is the part one had to learn the hard way. Noticing emotional shifts before anyone says anything out loud can feel like a gift, right up until it isn't. You walk into a room and something feels off, even though nothing looks wrong. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're not. Because your brain is reading micro-expressions, posture, tone, timing, dozens of tiny signals firing beneath conscious awareness, faster than you can consciously verify them. That's the moment observation quietly turns into overthinking, and the line between the two is much thinner than people admit. He texted back slower than usual. She didn't laugh at that joke. They avoided eye contact for a second. Your mind grabs those details and starts building a story around them, and sometimes that story is accurate. Sometimes it's fiction wearing the mask of intuition. I want you to sit with that for a second, because this is the pause and reflect moment. Think about the last time you built an entire emotional narrative out of one small detail. A delayed reply. A quieter tone. Ask yourself honestly, right now, how much of that story did you actually confirm, and how much did you simply assume? For a lot of people who notice everything, this pattern traces back further than they realize. Kids who grow up in unpredictable households often become extremely good at reading a room, because it was never optional. Learning to detect a shift in someone's mood before it escalated wasn't a hobby, it was survival. Psychologists call this hypervigilance, and the strange thing about it is that it doesn't switch off just because life eventually becomes calm. The scanning habit stays installed long after the danger is gone, quietly running in the background of every ordinary room you walk into. But this isn't only rooted in difficult beginnings. Plenty of naturally curious people notice everything simply because their minds are hungry to understand people. Think about anyone who's genuinely great at reading others, the friend who always knows when something's wrong, the writer who can describe a stranger's whole personality from one interaction. Their observation isn't anxiety. It's curiosity with its eyes open. Every conversation becomes material. Every person becomes a small mystery worth paying attention to. Here's the second thing worth pausing on. Neither of these paths, the survival path or the curiosity path, means your brain is malfunctioning. It means it learned a skill, early and thoroughly, that most people never had to learn at all. Now let's talk about the part that almost nobody addresses honestly. You are going to be wrong sometimes. Not every hesitation means someone's lying. Not every delayed text means you did something wrong. Not every silence is about you. Sometimes people are just tired. Sometimes they're distracted by 100 things that have nothing to do with you. The skill isn't shutting off your noticing. It's learning which observations actually deserve a conclusion, and which ones deserve to pass through your mind without you attaching a story to them. Think of it like driving at night. Your headlights only light up part of the road ahead of you. If you spend the whole drive scanning the darkness for danger, you'll miss the parts of the road that are actually beautiful, actually fine, actually safe. Noticing everything doesn't mean interrogating everything. It means learning when enough has already been seen. And here's the part that makes all of this worth carrying. When you notice the small things, you also notice the good ones. You catch when someone's having a rough day before they say it out loud. You remember the small detail that makes someone feel like they actually matter to you. You sense when a person needs quiet company instead of advice. To you, it feels small. To them, it can feel like being truly seen, maybe for the first time in a while. In a world where most people are scrolling instead of watching, half listening instead of actually hearing, that kind of attention has become rare. The philosopher Simone Weil once described real attention as one of the purest forms of generosity a person can offer another. When you actually notice someone, you're telling them, without saying it, that they matter enough for you to look. So if you've spent years wondering why your mind won't stop collecting details everyone else walks straight past, there's nothing broken in you. Your mind is simply built to go deeper. Yes, that means some nights you'll overthink a conversation that didn't need it. Yes, some days your mind will feel tired in a way that's hard to explain to people who don't experience it. But it also means you'll catch beauty in ordinary moments that most people miss entirely. You'll understand people in ways that quietly surprise them. You'll notice kindness, sadness, and honesty hiding in the smallest gestures other people never even register. The goal was never to notice less. The goal is learning to be gentler with your own mind, trusting what you see without turning every single observation into a verdict. Because sometimes the deepest form of wisdom isn't seeing more. It's knowing when you've already seen enough. So I'll leave you with this. Are you someone who catches the details everyone else misses? Has your mind ever picked up on something before anyone said a word? Tell me about it in the comments, because I read every single one. And if this kind of quiet psychology, the stuff nobody talks about but everybody experiences, is something you want more of, stay close. There's a lot more of the human mind we haven't uncovered yet.
Like to learn more about human psychology? Like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe my channel now. Thank you for watching.